Okay, I've got the answer to all of your business challenges. Whether they're sales, service, operational, financial, I've got the answer for you. And the answer is that it's all built into your business. What happens for most people is they look at the situation incorrectly, and more succinctly, they look at the situation negatively, and as a result, they don't get the gem, the wisdom, the power, the kernel that's right there in the business. All these tips that I share with you, these are not theoretical. These are not things that I'm reading out of a book and say, okay, do this, then do that, and do. These are things that I've experienced over multiple decades. And the key to understanding business situations and resolving them and improving them and helping them advance you in your business is, number one, seeing them and making note of them. You know, there's a lot of information built into a business. A business is generating content, information, ideas, opportunities all the time. So when a client gives you a response to something that you've said, don't just look at that as entertainment or as a spectator. Make a note of what they've said to you. Make a note of the rejection. Make a note of the complaint, the obstacle, the issue they've raised. I'm at a point in my career where very rarely do I see something happen that I've never experienced before. Rarely does someone say something that I have never seen. Rarely does someone ask a question that I haven't heard before. Rarely do they engage in some behavior I haven't seen before. I can anticipate. I know what the person is doing. And that's what selling, by the way, is, and building a business is. You know the situation. So you can look at it and you can say, that's what it is. It's like going to a doctor. A doctor can look at a blemish on your skin or something, and they can, through their experience, they can say, okay, here's what this is. Or they can listen to your breathing, or they can hear some symptoms. They know what it is. You don't get there unless you study your business. So why isn't the person responding? Why is the person, you can't get them on the phone? Why is the person raised this particular objection? Why did the person not show up? Why is the person saying this? It seems like they're deflecting the real issue. You should know that. You should have experience with that. And if you didn't note that situation right away, you will let that situation go past without getting the knowledge in that. Now, number two is taking personal responsibility for solving the issue. Now, that's the other thing that most people don't do. Well, look at what the customer did. Look at what this crazy client did. Look at this crazy situation that surfaced and how they did X, Y, and Z and the problem associated with that. Well, yes, they did what they did, and they're doing what they do, but it's your responsibility in business to correct your business, to correct your sales territory, to correct your opportunity. So you have to look at this and take personal responsibility, and that's part of keeping track of what's going on. I've been mentoring some young men, and one of the first things I tell them is, you've got to take notes. A lot of people don't take notes. They don't keep track of what's going on. How are you going to then take a private moment, digest what's happening, and figure out the right solution if you don't take notes? And you have to be able to look at the situation differently, but you can't do that if you don't have details on what happened, what's going on. Now, the third thing is you've got to look at the situation positively. Now, what I mean by positive is not whitewashing it or papering over it, thinking that, everything is good. I'm not saying that essentially, but what I am saying to you is, what is the positive that could be buried in a situation that could impact your business in a positive way? Well, let's say you're selling. Well, the person is not responding. Well, maybe they didn't get the proposal. The person's not responding. Maybe they're busy with other things. The person's not responding. maybe they're the wrong prospect. And when you talk to them, you'll get a better understanding of the fact that they're the wrong prospect. Maybe there's a misunderstanding. Maybe they're waiting to hear from you. Maybe they need clarification. So all of these things are examples of how you can put a positive spin on the situation that puts you in the driver's seat, that gives you responsibility for resolving it, and has you looking at it in a way that will grow your business, grow your sales, rather than diminishing them. So there are three things I'm telling you here. Number one, take stock of the information that is going through your enterprise, that's going through your territory, that's going through your project. What's happening? Number two, take personal responsibility for using that information in a way that will advance you toward your goals. And number three, put a positive spin on what's happening so that you're not caught in a negative wave. There are always positives that are happening in business if you look closer. And I'm not saying that you should sugarcoat the situation, as some people will say, or avoid understanding something that is crucial for you to understand that might be something that you need to address. No, I'm not saying that at all, but I am saying to you that buried in there is something that will advance you rather than holding you back. It'll help you with your presentation. It'll help you with your effort. It'll help you with understanding clients better. It'll help you in understanding the competition. It'll help you in your marketing. There are so many things in each business situation that will advance you, but you've got to be alert to them and leverage them. If you like this tip, give me a thumbs up. Let me know that you liked it. Share it with someone in your network. Make sure you subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you next time.